Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome to today's episode of How You Getting Fucked. I'm your host, Louis Rossman, and today I want to talk about something else that happened in the great state of Colorado regarding flock security cameras. This is a case where a gentleman keeps getting pulled over for having a warrant on him, and there's just one problem here with this case, is that this gentleman does not actually have any warrants out on him. And in spite of that, he continues to get stopped over and over again. So this article says flock cameras keep telling police a Colorado man who doesn't have a warrant has a warrant, and when you drill down into the why of the issue on this site, it goes into O versus 0. So I remember having this problem a long time ago. Any of you ever have a website where it doesn't allow you to paste the password? You can only type the password. So I would have to manually view it in my password manager. And a problem that I had for a long time is that a capital O and the number 0 look fairly similar. And if you're not used to dealing with these on a regular basis, you can get them wrong. And you probably see where I'm going with this video. This unlucky man, again, the way that this works, as I quote, "In Colorado data entry, we use both zeros and O's in license plates," Leon said. "Sometimes the data entry will be for both. The warrant return hits when Dousman's plate was searched either way. They entered it for both. It wasn't a mistake, one or the other. They just entered it for both an O and a 0 because they've run it both ways and the warrant pops up in this way." Now, this is something that may not be as much of a problem if you have standard police officers that are viewing it, because you don't have a police officer with a decent rate of being able to detect every single license plate that goes by on every street corner. But if you have a flock camera on every single street corner, and every time the guy is driving by, it just detects it, every single time this guy drives by the camera, what's happening is he hears sirens and then the police go after him to stop his car. And this is one of the arguments that I was making when I made this particular page, Common Questions, Arguments, and Responses, when discussing flock surveillance, the reasonable standard in Fourth Amendment law. And when you talk about protecting against unreasonable searches and seizures, people will always say, well, you don't have any expectation of privacy when entering the public sphere. But this whole concept over here, think about it. It was standard for some police departments to use the O and the number 0 when they were entering license plates, just so that a police officer wouldn't potentially miss the suspect. And the reason this wasn't an issue in the past is because you didn't have a police officer on every single street corner that was able to detect every single car that went by. But now when you take that old practice and you combine it with the ability to see every single car that goes by, you run into this issue over here. Now, the fucked up part is that they actually fixed it within their own system, but apparently now he has to get it fixed with every other system, because a bunch of law enforcement people that use flock cameras will use this hot list. So even if he leaves this particular county, if the hot list is being utilized by other police departments that also use flock, he's going to have the exact same problem, which means that what do? Do you just, it's one thing to get off of the hot list for that particular police department. Now he also has to figure out how to get off of this flock hot list for every other police department that is using this garbage system. Once you're in the flock system, it's on you to get out, Dousman said. You have to bear any responsibility for making that happen. And what really bothers me is when I start reading the YouTube comments here, there was one comment, and I can't find it anymore, where it was saying there's a really easy way to get around this. All you have to do is, just get another plate, problem solved. I'm trying to find the comment now, and I can't find it. I wonder if he deleted it or if it got hidden on YouTube. A lot of comments on my own videos get removed all the time, even without me removing them. But there was a comment that I remember reading, and it was something along the lines of, this is pretty easy, just get new registration. And I take offense to that comment. Why is it on me to change the fucking registration for my car and get a new license plate? Why is it on me to visit my county's office or the DMV's office and waste 5 to 6 hours of my life fucking with this entire process because you can't tell the difference between a 0 and an O, because you've decided to replace policing with ChatGPT on a telephone pole and do that with my tax dollars? I think that's part of the story that bothered me the most, is the fact that there were at least 5% of the commenters that were saying, yeah, it's an easy problem to solve, just get new plates. Why the fuck should I have to get new plates? You're the one that put in this bullshit system. This is a comedy of errors. The Gilpin County Sheriff Office told 9 News that it has no connection with the warrant, and it actually involves a Colorado State Patrol warrant. The Sheriff's Office said it reached out to Colorado State Patrol to have it fixed, but State Patrol looked into it Thursday evening and reached a different conclusion. A spokesperson for CSP said a man was pulled over for a crime, but the man didn't show up to his court date in Gilpin County. When the man didn't show up to court, Gilpin County then issued a warrant for his failure to appear, and at some point, the Sheriff's Office provided the incorrect plate information to the Colorado Crime Information Center, which supplied the information used on the flock hot list. The repeated stops have taken a toll. Dousman said he cannot comfortably use his truck and worries about what could happen if he is stopped while family members are in the vehicle. Without knowing what the warrant is for, he fears how a police department may approach him next time he's pulled over. So when he actually speaks to the police, he's saying, you've said that this warrant is not on me. Can you at least tell me what the warrant that you continuously stop me for is even for? And they will not tell him what the warrant is for. Maybe the warrant is because he paid some speeding ticket bill late, or maybe it's because they think that he's a murderer. If he is being chased handcuffed by the police and the police see on their screen popping up, this man is a murderer or a gangster that's done all this type of stuff, they might be more aggressive. And he doesn't even know what it is that he is being falsely accused of after they've openly admitted that they're not even going after him. This is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. I highly suggest that you all check out this article, and more importantly, this wiki article that we have where we go over all of this crap that you hear that defends this stuff on a regular basis, talking about how you don't have expectation of privacy in a public space or anything else. We're going over the difference between momentary observation and comprehensive surveillance to try and get people to understand that there is a difference between me being able to see you outside and having a comprehensive dragnet where you can follow somebody's precise movements everywhere they go with very high precision. Rip this stuff out, man. There's just like every day there's a new story like this, and we're going to make sure to log all of them at consumerrights.wiki. And if you want to make this article better, it would be great if you could. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something.